Yo guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Friday, so you know what time it is. It's the Arsenal-Liverpool preview. Big game at Emirates, 4:30 on Sunday. This could be season defining as early as it is in the season already. It could tell us Arsenal fans whether we're in a title race this season or if it's gonna be one of those years where we fall off and don't win anything, and then you know how quickly that can spiral into all sorts of hell for Arsenal fans, because you know how much we're used to it as well. So I'm just gonna give you my prediction, who I think should start, etc. What I think about Arteta's interview and so forth, and I'll just tell you how I feel based on all that. So if you go on Arteta's interview, he does what Arteta does. He hasn't told anyone who's gonna play, so it's always cryptic messages with him. So we never really got any sort of news on whether Saka, Timber, or Calafiori will play. However, there have been a lot of reports on Twitter, especially from, I think it was Sam C, who's actually United Stand reporter, who said that Saka is trending to play on Sunday. And I've also seen today on Twitter that there was a Timber sighting at training, even though Sky Sports said that they weren't at training. There was literally a picture showing that they were at training. So Timber, I'm 50-50. Saka, I'm certain he'll play, which is a huge boost because he's our best attacker and arguably our best creator. So that's a big boost. But Calafiori, I'm pretty certain he's out, especially the way he landed. You might as well not play him in this game, because let's say for the sake of argument he can play, but he's not 100% fit because of that way he landed. Do we really want him to be going up against Mohamed Salah in that state, bro? Because I don't. You might as well risk someone else, because the way that I saw Savio skin him and Hakimi skin him, Salah's like a level above. So I don't want to see that. That's murder right there. So just keep Calafiori out of the game. If Timber can play, then you play him left back, because he can. I think he's the only one that can match Salah in terms of physicality and speed on the wing. So I'd play Timber if he's there. And then the centre back pairing is interesting though, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking at our centre backs, and even though we thought our defense was stacked because of how many defenders we had at the start of the season, it's looking a bit bare now because there's no Saliba because of injury, because of suspension. Tomiyasu's been gone for God knows how long. Kivior sucks. And then you got Zinchenko, who's been out all season as well. So that's 4 of the defenders that we thought were good, who were going to be there out for this game. So it's going to be really difficult. I genuinely have no idea who should play at centre back, because I want Timber at left back. So right now I'm thinking Timber left back, Gabriel left centre back, Ben White right centre back, and maybe Partey at right back. And then you could do Rice in the 6, Marino in the 8, and Waneri or Trossard in a 10. Or you could do Ben White right back, Timber left back, Gabriel left centre back, and Declan Rice right centre back, and then put Partey in the 6 in his best position, and then Marino 8, Trossard, Waneri 10. But the only problem with that one is that Declan Rice can play centre back, but he hasn't played centre back in years. So like way back in the day for West Ham. So that's a bit of but then again, he probably got against Darwin Núñez. So I don't know if that would be too much of a test even if you had to play centre back, because Darwin Núñez is all about strength, innit? So if he's all about strength, then you could just put Declan Rice and Gabriel on him, and it wouldn't be too much of a struggle. Because if it was Jota playing, because we know that Jota's out of the game as well. If it was Jota playing, then I would never think about playing Declan Rice centre back, because Jota's too technically gifted. So, but if it's Darwin Núñez, then I wouldn't mind. I guess I wouldn't mind it. But either way, I don't want to see the midfield of Declan Rice, Partey, and Marino again, bro. because they're too stiff. There's not enough movement in that midfield, especially when you're trying to counter at Liverpool with Curtis Jones and Gravenberch and Szoboszlai. Even though he's not the greatest player, those three players move around a lot. They have a lot of energy. So if we start with Partey, Waneri, and not Waneri, if we start with Partey, Rice, and Marino, that's not a lot of versatility and agility in the midfield. So they get run through. They get run all over. So I would just do. So it's between those two options, like I said, either put Declan Rice centre back with White right back and Partey at the 6, or you put Ben White at right back. No, Ben White at centre back. Sorry. But either way, I'm expecting a win because we need a win really badly. Because let's face it, if we have Saka, let's say Saka, Martinelli, Havertz, yeah, that's the best front three that that Liverpool have played all season. So, and they don't have Alisson in goal. They have Kelleher. Let's remember that. Kelleher's a decent keeper, but he's not Alisson. Alisson's probably the second best keeper in the world behind Thibaut Courtois. So, I'm expecting Arsenal to do their thing, to flex their muscles. Because Liverpool's defence has been good record and that. They haven't played no one like that yet. Chelsea's the one of the games when I said, okay, they played a team. And Chelsea could have got something from that game. The rest of the teams they played have been meh. And they got cooked by Nottingham Forest. So let's have it right. They've had a good start to the season, but the competition weren't competing, bro. So Saka plays, I'm feeling myself, I'm not gonna lie. Pause. But yeah, how I expect the game to go is it's kind of interesting because Mikel Arteta said after the game on Tuesday against Shakhtar that we're gonna be flying on Sunday. So he has a lot to it's big talk. It's big words considering we've been shocking for the last 2 games. Because if that's the case, I expect to be at least a goal up in the first 20 minutes. Because if we're not a goal up in the first 20 minutes after you said we've been flying, I'm expecting the Emirates crowd to get a bit uneasy and a bit restless. Because the amount of times I've seen Arsenal play this season with fast starts and not capitalizing on it, it gets a bit annoying at times. It's like you want to see the ruthlessness that we've been asking for, but then you look at the front three and the only one that's semi-ruthless is Saka, and even he's not like ruthless. He's not Haaland ruthless. He's not. I don't want to say this to like spark a debate. He's not Cole Palmer ruthless, but he's not. He's just not. He's right there, but he's not that level of ruthless. But you know what I mean. Martinelli, he smokes Trent most of the times they play. Even though I think Arsenal fans kind of overdo it a bit of how many times but he roasts him every time he plays. I don't think that's true at all. But he does do well against Trent. So we need a big Martinelli game because, bro, you owe us. You've been dead for like a year and a half now. We need something from you. Because we already know you're not a starting winger for Arsenal. You're a bench. You're a squad player. So at least if you want to like try and try to confuse Arsenal fans and make them think that you're actually the real deal. Prove it on Sunday and make us delusional for a little while longer. Havertz, I'm not expecting him to get too much out of Van Dijk. Konate though is a bit reckless with the challenges, and plus Havertz is around the same height as both of them. All 3 of them are around the 6'3", 6'4" range. So I'm expecting a lot of long balls. Havertz knockdown. We need you to have your game as well. A lot of knockdowns into the channel and play into the channel so we can progress the ball up further. Because it's gonna be interesting to see who has more possession in this game. Because Jurgen Klopp's team's a lot of rock and roll, back like end-to-end football, while Arne Slot's been more possession based. So it's gonna be interesting to see who actually has more possession in this game. Because even though we're normally the team with more possession, I wouldn't be surprised if Arteta lets Liverpool have the ball. Even though I don't want him to do that, I wouldn't be surprised. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how that develops. The biggest worry for me is the right hand side for Liverpool. Because Liverpool's right hand side is the best right hand side in world football by a mile. I'm trying to think off the top of my head, and I can't really think of a world class right hand side like that. Like, I can't think of a right hand side with a world class right winger and a world class right back. Like Mohamed Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold as a right hand side is just it's ridiculous. It's one of the best right hand sides in the history of the Premier League. So we know that's gonna be where all the danger's coming from because I like Luis Diaz a lot, but he ain't Mohamed Salah, bro, and he ain't Sadio Mane either. So I'm not really thinking about him too tough like that. Like, I'm confident that Ben White can do a job on him. You get me? But it's Mohamed Salah and Trent with all those balls he plays into the box and into the channels. So that's the biggest problem for me. But then again, on our side, if Saka plays, which I'm assuming he does, I'm expecting Saka to expose and deal with Robertson because the last few times he played against Robertson, he's dealt with him nicely. I'm expecting Saka and White to do the same thing that Salah and Trent are doing. Not to the same level, because as a tandem, they're not as good as Salah and Trent. But I'm expecting them to do the same things similarly and expose Liverpool's left-hand side because I'm not too, I'm not too scared of Robertson. He's not the same player as he used to be. So yeah, it's gonna be very interesting, man. Honestly, it's gonna be a very, very interesting game because if Arsenal win, the slump kind of goes to bed for a while, especially if we beat Newcastle the next week as well. The slump goes back, goes quiet. Arsenal's lost 2 games in the league. We're right 1 point behind Liverpool again. All the noise around the club for the past few weeks just dies down for a little while, and then we can move on with the season and just be. Especially me, I can relax a little bit. But if we lose to Liverpool and Liverpool goes 7 points clear of us and City goes 6 points, this is Arne Slot's first season, bro. This is his first few months in the club. Arteta's been there for like 5+ years. You can't let Arne Slot finish above you this season, bro. Because if he does, you deserve to get sacked. Because there's no excuse. Arne Slot picked up Liverpool. He didn't even buy anyone. So there's no excuse for you to be like, finishing behind him this season. That's why it's imperative. That's why it's imperative that Arsenal win on Sunday and close the gap. So we can actually put these Liverpool fans back in their place as well. Because I know we haven't won anything and they've won stuff in the past few years. But we finished above you the last 2 seasons. You haven't beaten us in 2 years, home or away. So we need to tell them to, they're piping up a bit too much. Put them back in their box for a little while. Make them know what's up. Make them know that they're the 3rd best team in this country. We're the bridesmaid to Man City. You get me? We're the bridesmaid. You're not the bridesmaids no more. But yeah. I think how it goes on Sunday is, my prediction for the game is, I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal. 2-1. I really want to say 3-1, but William Saliba's not there. I know that makes no sense because I said we're going to concede 1 goal either way. But corners and all stuff. So I'm going to say 2-1 Arsenal, praying that it's 3. I'm going to say 2-1 just for now. What do you guys think? Tell me what you think down below. Tell me if you agree with anything I said. If you have any disagreements, tell me down below as well. We can have some sort of discourse about it as well. And we can let me know. Let me pick your brains. See what you guys think about the whole game and how it's going to go. So thank you guys for watching this video if you made it this far. If you can like, comment and subscribe down below, that'll be greatly appreciated. And I will... What's this? Oh, sorry. Yeah, that'll be really appreciated. And I'll see you Sunday night, Monday morning, depends on how I feel after the game. And that'll be the review of the game and how everything went. So praying that we do something this game, man. Please, Arteta, Arsenal, don't let me down. See ya.